How are you doing? It's Michelle coming to you live from Waco, Texas. Well, it's Memorex by the time you see it, but it's live right now. So I haven't been on my channel in quite a while. I've been really busy and quite honestly kind of lazy about updating my YouTube video. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, but not really making my own content. So a lot going on in my life. I work for a company that we worked for Sprint, and now we are actually transitioning over to T-Mobile, so a lot of training going on there. I just picked up a second job cleaning schools 5 days a week for 4 hours a night, so that's a little bit of extra income coming in from my little paycheck, and so that'll help financially. Currently kind of staying, as you can probably see behind me, it's not the best house or whatever, but it's a roof over my head right now. I'm in a small garage apartment, which, you know, would be fine, except that it's August in Texas, and it's 100 degrees outside, which means it's literally 110 in the house. You can see I've got a box fan behind me. You can't see the rest of the room, but I've got a box fan there, a box fan there, one directly behind me. There's a little desk fan over here to my side beside my work desk. And I've also got a big circular fan coming out of the kitchen, pushing air into here. And it is still miserably hot. You can see that my shirt is wet, my hair is wet. That's because to be able to handle the heat, I get into the shower fully clothed, get wet, get out, get in my chair, and that's the only way I'm able to actually function. So, with that being said, it is what it is. We are actually in the process right now of, I've been approved for a program that will help me repair my credit, at the same time getting me into a rent-to-own kind of deal. So we have the list of houses. I have to wait to be able to make the payment to the law firm, so that because the house company wants the proof that you're working with the law firm, so I have to send them the screenshot of my bank account once that payment is made. So for whatever reason, when the lady set it up, instead of setting it up as soon as possible, because I told her my husband gets paid every week, she set it up for the 13th. So August is the hottest month, as you guys all know. That's true anywhere, obviously, but in Texas, that just means that it is super ridiculously hot every day. So with my health issues, I'm trying really, really hard not to die in this heat, because there's no escaping it. It's cooler outside, but I can't take my work computer outside to work. So, sippy, sippy. So, got a lot on my plate. My little brother came to stay with us. He was in prison for a while. Not really going to go into all of that because it's not really anybody's business, and you know, it's just, I'm not going to open myself up for that kind of stuff. So my brother's staying with me, which I love my brother. It's fine. You know, we've always gotten along. We've been very good friends our whole lives. So what that means, though, is in a one-bedroom garage apartment, it's kind of crowded. I mean, we've got me and David. Now we've got Will, and we also have 2 dogs, 3 snakes, a lizard, and now a pet rat. So kind of crowded. Although the dogs are the only ones that mill about, like the lizard and the rat. You know, they come out when we take them out. Each of the snakes, we come out, you know, might come out one at a time. We don't have like everybody out at the whole time. You know, that's just not the way it works. So, especially I don't have the rat and any of the snakes out, because that was the whole reason I wound up with a pet rat. He came to me. This is kind of a fun story. So he came to me as a feeder. Well, here's the backstory. So, I have 3 ball pythons. I have Justice, Jupiter, and Baby Jubal. And Jupiter is my trash can snake. He will eat until, I mean, if I just keep giving him food, he'll just keep eating it. He won't stop eating. He's a trash can rat. Trash can snake. He'll literally eat anything. So, anyway, I was concerned because I got rats. I fed Justice, he ate. I fed Jubal, he ate. Jupiter wasn't eating. I was like, what is your problem? So I pulled him out of the cage, and lo and behold, he's in blue, which means he's shedding, so he wasn't hungry. And so here I am with this rat. I don't want a damn rat. And she was bred as a feeder, so she wasn't a friendly rat. She would have taken any opportunity to bite me, and I know this because I've been bitten by feeders before. But she wasn't having it. But you could also tell that she was pretty scared. And the only thing that was different about her, I mean, she was all white. Like most of the time when I get a feeder, they are completely white. But she had these orangey, pinky eyes, and they were really, really pretty. And so I've got a buddy who also had a pet rat and had had one for a while. And I called him up and I'm like, well, I didn't call him, but I Facebooked him and I'm like, you know, hey, I've got this rat, blah, blah, blah. So, long story short, we agreed that he would take her off my hands, and I didn't charge him for anything. Like, I only paid a couple bucks. She was a feeder. So, he already had another female that, like I said, was his pet, and she got a friend, and so they get along famously. And without putting all of his stuff out here, he was going to start a breeding program for the rats to feed snakes, but why he was doing that kind of fell through. And so he took the little orange-eyed girl that I gave him and he made her a mama. He went and got a sire and made rat babies. And so he let me know that he had rat babies available and how many did I think that I might want. I was like, well, I got 3 snakes, but how big are they? Because I know, you know, what kind of size my snakes are eating currently. And so he told me the size, and so he told me adult, just a little bit bigger than adult mice. Well, I just got Jubal off of adult mice and onto rats, small rats. So I'm thinking, you know, I probably better get at least 4, because I know that Jubal will eat one. Justice, although he's my biggest snake, he's not that much of a piglet. He would eat one, but Jupiter, he wasn't going to be satisfied with that small of a meal. So I thought, well, I better go ahead and get 4. So I went over there and I picked up the rats, and they were bigger than what I was thinking. I went ahead and took the 4 because I thought, well, you know, Jupiter, he's a ghost. He's a trash can, so, you know, I'm probably going to be able to feed him 2 of these anyway. So, I get the rats home, open the enclosures one by one, take a rat, put it in there, snake eats, happy snake, born rat, you know, did that for Justice, then I fed Jupiter, then I fed Jubal, and I thought, I've only got one left. As soon as Jupiter's done, we'll do that. So in the meantime, I pick up the box and I open the box and I look in the box, and there's this lonely little rat, and he's looking at me and I'm looking at him, and he seems to have realized that something tragic has befallen his brothers, because they're all boys. I think that my friend was keeping the females to continue the breeding program, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, he only gave me boys, which is fine. And then so I got my hair cut off, y'all, and it's all falling out anyway, but like I like it before it's spiky. Anyway, I look down and he's looking at me and he's got tears. He's crying because something has befallen his brothers. And that disturbed me. I'm tender-hearted. I'm not a horrible, cruel person. Like, I don't interact with the rats other than to say thank you for your sacrifice and keeping my snakes healthy, right? So I don't care for rodents much, so it's not like I set out to get a pet rat. And I looked at this rat, and I looked down at him, and he looked up at me, and he had these big tears. And I don't ever handle him barehanded. I always use the tongs, but for whatever reason, he was so sad, and it hurt my heart. I mean, I'm trying to tear up right now. I scooped him up, And I held him up against me like this, and he just cuddled down in my palm. And he was crying. I started crying. It was all over but the crying. I told my husband, I said, well, I guess you better go out and get Dexter's old cage from outside and bring it in and get it ready because we got another pet. He said, are you kidding me? I said, no, I can't do it. I can't. He's crying. I can't do that. So I named him Shmoo. He's the cutest little thing ever. He likes to sit on my shoulder. I've only had him a few days, so we're still kind of getting used to each other. I've never had a pet rat. He's never had a mama that was not a rat, so we're kind of feeling each other out, but he's super sweet. Just getting to know each other, and it's kind of interesting so far. I just kind of do my thing, and I take him out a couple times a day and play with him. Earlier today, he actually, I had him on my shoulder, and I offered him a tiny piece of cookie, and he actually took it out of my fingers. He didn't eat all of it, but I was actually kind of told that, and they very seldom will finish something unless they really, really like it. They won't finish it all in one sitting, so nothing to be worried about. He's eating, so that's a good thing, and I have pictures. He likes to cuddle up against my neck and stuff. So, yeah, that's 7 pets. How the hell did I wind up with 7 pets? And what's so funny is I actually have been contemplating a tarantula. I've not ever been a spider person, but I did a little research. I had been over to my favorite pet store, which is where Jupiter came from, actually, and Jubal. I bought Jubal as a hatchling there. Jupiter came to me. He was already full grown. Somebody, I think, had him and then gave him up because they couldn't keep him anymore or something like that. And then Justice, my biggest boy, he was given to us for free because the lady that owned him prior, she's a very sweet lady, but she just didn't have time for him anymore. And so we kind of wound up, that's how we wound up with all the snakes. But I had been doing a lot of research. We had gone over to Critters, which is my favorite pet store. And one of the guys that works there, he's also a reptile person. And he had wound up with a snake that had previously been in the store for, because they do kids shows, birthday parties, and stuff like that. So he had a snake, that a boa constrictor, that she had previously been part of that program, but they wound up selling her to him. And so I was in there and I was talking to him and I was holding her because he had her at the store that day, and we were just really chatting it up and everything while he was working, and he happened to be cleaning and changing the enclosures for some of the tarantulas. So I was looking at that, and it was kind of interesting, even though I've never been a spider person. A spider in the wild, I would probably just but it was just interesting. So I've been doing some research, and I was actually, one of my nieces had a tarantula for a while she was in college, and so it was something that I've been researching, something that I've been thinking about, and I decided that I was going to go ahead and do that. And then oh, sorry, it's really hot in here. We decided I am going to do that, but until we get our house, which I'm hoping will be in the next month, I'm hoping this is the last time we have to pay rent here in this house. Nothing wrong with the landlords. They happen to be friends of ours. They're great people, but this heat is killing me, and I'm hoping to be out halfway through the month, not even to the end of August, because burning up. But anyway, yeah, it was kind of funny. I was looking for another pet, but a tarantula, not a rat. But we'll see how it goes. He's up there in his cage. My house is kind of dirty, so I'm not gonna turn my camera around and let you see all that right now. But I've got over here is baby Jubal, and he's still a baby, even though he's not hatchling anymore. He'll always be baby Jubal. He's about 2.5 foot long now, maybe getting close to 3. Right next to him is Justice, and or not Justice, excuse me, Jupiter. And Jupiter is in a 5-gallon aquarium. He's kind of getting too big for it, but I don't really have the funds. I don't know if you know, aquariums are kind of expensive. But once we do the move and we get settled down and everything, I'm going to change him out to a bigger enclosure. In fact, he'll probably go into the enclosure that Justice is in, Jupiter's in right now. I'll probably get a bigger tank for Jupiter because he is in a 10 long that my niece gave me. And he's got a 4.5, almost 5 foot snake, so 10 long is a little small for him, but we are going to go ahead and upgrade him soon. Justice came in a 50-gallon enclosure that was, like I said, he was given to us. The enclosure was given to us, and so he's just a happy little guy, or big guy, because he's about 5'2". I'm 5'3.5", and he's almost as long as I am, so he's probably about a 5'2" snake. And then, of course, Shmoo, which is the rat. He is in an identical enclosure to Baby Jubal. He's in a 5-gallon enclosure. So I'm eventually going to get him out of a glass enclosure. It's what I had for now. He's eventually going to be into a rodent enclosure, the little bars and places he can climb and stuff like that. But for right now, it's what I have. I wasn't planning on getting a rodent, but here we are. And so, how I got off on my pets, I don't know. I still have my Bodie, and I still have my Coco, and they're as hot as I am. They spend a lot of time laying on the concrete floor, panting. And I know the floor is cooler than being up and moving around or being on the bed or anything like that, because, cloth and heat. And let me tell you what I do. You can see, like I said, my shirt is wet. My hair was wet. It's completely dry now. But I go, even in my night clothes, I'll go and I will get soaking wet. I just wring out so that I'm not dripping across the floor. But I get out of the shower, towel off the excess water, and I go get in my bed dripping ass wet with the box fan on me, and that's the only way that I can go to sleep. And so it's just, oh my gosh, I don't even have a thermometer in the house. I just know that it's routinely been between 98 and 103 here every day. And if it's 100 in the house, it's at least, or if it's 100 outside, it's at least 100 in the house, at least 110 in the house. It's just really, really hot, and we're doing what we can. Like I said, I can't escape it because I'm working from home. I don't have a choice. I can't go to the office right now. It wouldn't be that big of a deal if I could go into the office, but thank you, COVID-19. Everybody in the world that can is working from home, and so my company is working from home. I am blessed to have a job. I'm happy to have a job. It could be a lot worse. I could not have a job at all. And in fact, I'm double blessed because, like I said, I just got hired to do this cleaning stuff at some local schools. So, and they, they were really nice to me because initially they were looking for somebody to work like 9 to 5 kind of thing during the day. I told them I appreciate the offer in that case, but I'm not willing to walk away from my job I've been at for a year to come work for you guys. The whole point of applying for this job was because my sister works for the same company. She's just under a different contract. Working for schools, she works for a mobile company, and she cleans offices and stores for that mobile company. So the whole reason for me to go ahead and look into getting this job, I would work for her while she was on vacation. I don't mind the cleaning. It's not hard. It's not strenuous on me. And with my, that's important with my health issues, that it's not super physically strenuous on me. So I was really pleased to be able to do that. But anyway, whenever I first talked to them, they were wanting a day person, and I told them, unfortunately, I'm just not willing to leave my job. I was looking for something in the evening. Right now, we only have one car. My husband works from like 3 in the morning until whenever they get off. Sometimes he doesn't even get in until 8 in the evening. So I'm looking for something that I can set my own hours and do as a side gig. So I didn't think I was going to do the school thing at all. The gentleman told me when he interviewed me over the phone, he did tell me that he had some other openings that would come available as far as that kind of stuff, evening work, and he would contact me. He told me this last week, I'll contact you next week. Well, the person that contacted me wasn't even him. It was another lady, and she's going to be the lady that I'm talking to, you know, she's going to be my direct boss, if you will. So I can't get over in this light. My eyes look blue, and they're not. They're green. But anyway, she's going to be my direct boss. And she called me, and she's like, well, we were hoping you would go ahead and come to work for us, and we'll let you work in the evening time, which is going to be a little bit better for me. She was like, if you wanted to do like 5 to 10, oh, maybe it's 30 hours a week. Maybe I did the math wrong. Yeah, because she said 5 to 10 or 6 to 11, so that's 5 hours. And I was like, yeah, if I could come in a little bit later, because like I said, my husband doesn't get off at any set time, and he's come in as late as 8 o'clock before, after going into work at 3. So he's making mad bank right now, but man, he's so tired. He's working out in the heat. The company that he works for makes the road barriers when they're doing construction on the highway and stuff. And like if you live in Central Texas like I do, they've got everything torn up from hell to breakfast. You can't drive down I-35 without construction everywhere. So they make the retainer walls, they make the decorative sides, and all that kind of stuff for the construction. So they're rolling. They are going 90 to nothing, and he's been working like 15, 16-hour days sometimes. And so with us sharing a vehicle, I have to be able to set my own evening hours. So we're going to see how it works out. I'm just really excited. Like I said, if it's 5 hours a day, that's 25 hours a week. That's $250. That's a $500 paycheck every 2 weeks before taxes. And they don't have to take out insurance or anything. I have insurance through my regular job, so that's an extra $1,000 a month before taxes. So that could, if nothing else, that could pay my car payment. Well, like I was saying before, I so rudely accidentally killed my recording. Extra $1,000 a month could pay my car payment and possibly a second car payment, so that David and I are not having to share a vehicle right now. And don't get me wrong, I love my husband. I'm always happy to go ahead and help him out. But oh man, it's so nice if I don't have to wait on him to go do something or go take me somewhere or do something for me. It's so much better than having to, he doesn't get off until X amount of time. I gotta go do this or I gotta go do that, but I gotta wait for him to get home or have him do it on the way. Like when you're working from home, man, like it is invaluable to be able to just get away for a minute, go get in the car and go. And not to mention, I hate, like it's so petty, but I hate it when I get in my Xterra and I've got to adjust the seat, I've got to adjust the mirrors, I've got to adjust the vents, I've got to adjust everything, because he adjusts it for him because he drives my car most of the time, because he has to go out to work and I work in. I'm just like, gotta adjust this, gotta adjust that, gotta do this, gotta do that. So it'll be nice just to him have his vehicle, Michelle have Michelle's vehicle. Everything's code per second. But yeah, so anyway, that's kind of just the life update. Other than that, I started a blog. I've started several over the course of whatever, but I probably will go ahead and put the link down here in case you're interested. It probably doesn't say a whole lot more than what I say here, but it's also got the link for my TikTok and stuff like that. As you can see, they're home, so I'm going to go ahead and end here, but we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.